But the Steiner brothers were awesome, but because they were the first of their kind, and they had such a long career, and they were the best. I mean, that's what the fans chose.
You know, the funny thing is, we saw this match even 1997 as a tag team 50s and champion 50s as a legend, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure for me to be joined again with one of my favorite people in the wrestling business, Harry Smith. Harry, thank you very much for accepting another interview with me.
Yes, thank you very much, Hassan, for having me on. And it's always nice to hear from you, and looking forward to the chat.
So our theme of wrestling tournaments will continue. This time we are going to host the greatest tag team tournament. And since you are one tag team expert yourself, you was in the Hart Dynasty with Tyson Kidd in WWE, with Lance Archer and in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and in MLW with Brian Pillman Jr. and
Teddy Hart.
Teddy Hart, of course. So I couldn't have a better guest than you.
Well, thank you very much. Let the games begin.
We have a surprise, and one more person is going to join us. You know him, and he is ready to go. But before Harry, I think to avoid controversy, I was thinking, shall I add the British Bulldogs? For everybody, they are one of the greatest tag teams, right? And people would say, oh, Harry will be biased to them, and I thought let's make it the greatest tag team not involving the British Bulldog. That would be, I guess, better, right?
Well, that's fine with me. I mean, of course, understandably so, we would be biased towards them, but if you see fit to it, we can leave them out, and we can find out who's not the second best, but out of the everybody except them.
Except them, yeah.
They were on they were so great. So yeah, let's do that. That's fine.
So let me invite our guests right now. Is he picking up? Yes, he has joined us.
Hey, Harley.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I can't quite see his.
Ali, we cannot see you. It's just your audio.
Oh, there he is. Hey.
How you doing, Harry?
Yeah, good. How are you, man?
Long time. Just from February.
I know. The show, the game in Qatar was one of my last ones before COVID happened. So it was a lot of fun there. Man, I miss Qatar. I still have actually I could show you guys from that trip that I took. Remember when I told you I got those lamps?
Yeah.
Look at that in the background of my bedroom.
Where did you get this from? From the old market, right?
There we go. Now you can see it.
Yeah.
I picked that up at the market there. What was that place called? The La Chouique? Yeah, that's right. So I installed it and everything. Yeah.
Of course, Mr. Ali Marafi is well known. We'll just introduce him. He's the pioneer character in the Middle East when it comes to wrestling, the chairman of Qatar Pro Wrestling, and the first ever promoter from Middle East. Before getting into our tournament, Mr. Ali, just let me know, how did you get to know Mr. Harry Smith, and tell us about your cooperation together.
Actually, this is my first time working with Harry, and and Harry is really good talent, by the way. You know, the junior for us. So I was so happy to work with him that time in the ladder match. I think it was your first ladder match, right?
Yeah, it was my first ladder match, you know. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, that arena was great, and Qatar was awesome. The food there was spectacular. I mean, amazing. Great people. So I had such a good time, and I was looking forward to the next one, but then COVID-19 happened, so.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. We are looking forward to work together again in the next show.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to come back, man. Absolutely.
How the gymnastics now?
Yeah.
I think you was live for the Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog SummerSlam 92 match, right? You was in Wembley.
I was there.
Oh, you were there
I
live?
was there in London, yeah. Wembley Stadium. Yeah. I was there. You know, this is so funny because it was my first WWE or WWF at that time show ever. And most favorite wrestlers were there, you know, like Bret Hart, Bret Hart, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Ric Flair was there, Mr. Perfect, Undertaker, they are all there. But the funny thing is, that was, I was so far from the stage. I was so far, like, you know, that stadium, football stadium, soccer stadium, and so big. Yeah, I was so far. I didn't saw the wrestlers, you know. I was a big fan of Ultimate Warrior at that time. I just heard him when his music just play. I didn't see him. Just because they have like a big screen on the top of the ring, you know, like big. I watched the full show through this screen, but it was a good experience. I was very young at that time.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, you know, Ali,
I'm still young.
There's something else I wanted to tell you and share with you. When I was at the market there, I bought this lamp, and I used to heat up frankincense oil on it. You know what I mean, right? So I bought it from the guy, and it plugs in and it heats up. And he said, be careful with this. He said it won't last that long, but you can still keep the lamp, but keep whatever frankincense is on there, but light it up with one of these lighters, like one of these things. You know?
Okay.
Oh, is that the bukhur?
The bukhur. It's calling bukhur.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's coming with the smoke and with good. It's different. Yes. It's when he told you to be careful with this. It's because it's very dangerous. Because you know, you have to be have this experience to have how to use it. And Qatar and Bahrain. And all GCC countries, they use same. We are all same. So that's why the man asks you to be careful. And by the way, it's need more tools.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, it's not only fire you need. You need more tools like oud, bukhur, and more tools you have to use it.
Oh, I know. But I just got a cheap one that you plug in, because he told me, he goes, hey. He goes, this one, he goes, you can still light it up with fire. He goes, made in China, never trust it. He goes, you know, coronavirus. He goes, coronavirus too. So as you can see, there's no plug. It stopped working after 2 weeks, but I just put in a little sage, and then I just light it up, and it just smokes, you know. So the guy was.
Did you smell good smelling?
Yeah, good smell.
Yeah.
I ran out of the frankincense, but I might order some more online. But it's a good way. That's how I start my mornings off. I have that, and then I have some Turkish coffee or some coffee, you know, and then I, you know, check the news out or whatever. Then have a protein shake and go to the gym. But it helps clear the air and everything, you know.
Yeah, it's true. That's exactly how we use it.
Did you offer Harry the Arabic coffee, because he's a big coffee guy? Did he try it?
I did, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But by the way, do you know that Harry is a big fan?
Yes.
Harry is a big fan of Persian food, Iranian food.
Yeah, Iranian food. That restaurant I went to in Qatar was like top notch. It was at Sweekat Waqif too. Really nice place.
You've been there with Alberto, right? Alberto and his brother.
He was coming in late, but I went there by myself. But I saw him. The Turkish coffee and the Turkish ice cream there was really good too.
So Ali, if you are ready, we are going to run the greatest tag team. We had 16 tag teams, but there was a controversy. We couldn't add the British Bulldogs, obviously, since they are one of the greatest. But people would say, oh, since Harry is here, maybe he'll be biased toward his Davey and Dynamite, and maybe we would put you in tough spot if you have to choose between Bulldogs and other team. So we'll just name it the greatest tag team not involving the British Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'll have the game like that.
Are you guys ready? So the first round out match, Ali, I'm going to start with you. We have the Rock and Roll Express going against Demolition. And this is the question that I have for you. Then we'll ask her the same question. What did you prefer when it came to tag team wrestling? WWF, like in the prime, or NWA?
For me, I like the WWE tag teams in 80s, you know. I still enjoy when I watch Survivor Series, you know, in 1988, 1987, you can find 10 people on the ring, or maybe more. And it was, 5 tag teams against 5 teams, and it's looking good, you know. We miss this kind of matches now. There is no much of tag team who is wearing same gear and same character, like British Bulldog, Demolition, The Rockers, Heart Foundation, Legion of Doom, Power of Pain, Midnight Express, and blah blah blah. So we don't find this kind of tag team in the current generation. So for me, the WWF or WWE in 80s, they have the greatest tag teams. Whatever, if you're going to talk about like Rock and Roll Express with NWA, a Legion of the Broad Warriors, they were working for NWA, it's fine. But as a number of the teams, you can find them only with the WWF.
So what would be your pick to advance to the next round? Rock and Roll Express against Demolition.
Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll. Wow.
Yes.
Harry, I'm not sure, like people would say Demolition was kind of knockoff of the Road Warriors. Actually, I didn't see that. Were they actually like a rip-off of the Road Warriors? Did you see that?
Not necessarily. You know, I think Vince's idea was he was trying to come up with something very similar, but I think Demolition was different, you know, being that Road Warriors were both baby faces and Demolition were heels that fans were pretty scared of. And then it switched back and forth, I think, a couple times, and then they finished off as heels. But I think that Vince was trying to make a version of it, but I don't think that they were like a knockoff or a cheap imitation by any means, you know?
Right.
I think that they had their own character, and it was similar. They were different in their own way, you know. So I don't think they were a knockoff.
Rock and Roll Express against the Demolition. Which is your vote goes to?
I have to go with Demolition because I like.
Wow.
Because their tag team finish was my favorite, or one of my favorites growing up.
That was a great finish. If you guys, I'm sorry, but I don't have the expertise and the knowledge, but I have to break the tie because Ali voted for the Rock and Roll Express and Harry voted for Demolition, but I am giving the edge to Rock and Roll Express.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you the reason why. First of all, Demolition just came out from the WWF. They never been in another promotion. Rock and Roll different. They even been in the WWE in 1996, 1997. I still remember that. And still going on with NWA as power now. So if you go on to talk about Demolition, you are talking about only 3 or 4 years of Demolition team career. But Rock and Roll, you're talking about 30 years. Okay?
Yeah.
And they were great when, they were great. They have, still going on. They are still going on. Yeah, but about if you go and say it's there is some, Malaysia look like Legion. For me, I can say Power of Pain. They look like Legion of Doom or Road Warriors, not the Malaysian. Yeah, it's all about people who's painting their face. You cannot say Ultimate Warrior is the same Sting or Sting is Ultimate Warrior. It's different.
Right. No, I agree, definitely. Our second match, Harry, I'm going to start with you first. Okay. The Road Warriors going against Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson.
Oh.
What do you think about Tully and Arn giving their opponent so much, like 80-20 in the matches? We don't see such psychology right now, right?
Yeah. Well, no, Arn and Tully were great at, they were awesome. That's a tough one. I might have to give it to the Road Warriors just because of how revolutionary that they were, because they were the first guys, that ever came out with the shoulder pads and the face paint like that. And they were huge stars overseas in Japan too. So I'll give it to them on a slight edge. But Arn and Tully, as far as in the ring work goes, they would win that off the bat. But I just think maybe for overall, the Road Warriors take it on that just by a hair.
Ali, I know one of your best friends in the business is Road Warrior Animal. You have a long relationship with him. So hopefully you can be like subjective, but what would be your choice? And before that, if you can tell us about your friendship with Road Warrior Animal.
I have a very good relation with Road Warrior Animal. Joe is like a big brother for me. I know him since 2009. And he always, he let me too much think about the tag teams business, how did they work. And as Harry said, they changed the business, by the way.
Yeah.
Like Arn Anderson, they are from old school, like Briscoe brothers or like Tori and Dory Funk Juniors. They are, but Road Warriors, they are different. They are really different. They came to the wrestling business with the different looking, different style, the powerhouse. They look like, man, I still remember Arn Anderson. He said, no, not Jerry Briscoe. Jerry said one time that if they're going to announce that you're going to face Road Warriors, you have to pray before it. Because it look like real, man.
Yeah.
They're going to kill the wrestlers on the ring. It's safe, but look how did they act, how did they give the people the reaction. Yeah. And even if they're going to work as the signals or even as a tag team, they are great. I still remember Hawk when he wrestled Ric Flair in the matches and within NWA. He has good matches with Ric Flair. Road Warriors, Animal, he has very good matches, even as a single or as a tag team. And they create so many things like face paint, so many things. The power slam. How they doing the power slam? How they did the press body? They did a great business on the ring. They have a great job on the ring. Yeah, This is why I want to say also the Road Warriors. For me, I'm going to say Road Warriors.
Mm-hmm. So 2 picks for the Road Warriors. They are going to the next round. Then Harry, I wanted to add a team from Mexico. Although me personally, I didn't see much of their work beside the infamous. It is Eddie Guerrero and Art Bar going against the Midnight Express. And by the way, I am having the first version of the Midnight Express, which is Bobby Eaton and Dennis Connery.
Wow. Gee, that's a tough one. I'll go with Eddie Guerrero and Art Bar because I'd seen them. I'd only seen a handful of their tag team matches, but the ones that I saw I really liked, and for that time that I think that they really revolutionized professional wrestling, And I believe Art Bar was the first guy to do the frog splash. But that's not taking anything away from the original Midnight Express, though. So that's my pick.
Wow.
I still remember this team from Trouble A, I think. They've been in the Trouble A, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're wearing like American gear and
That's
Flash
yeah,
Frog, and he passed away before Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are looking. I think they were the first high flyer, Mexican style lucha tag team at that
Right.
time. Yeah, and that time. And Midnight Express, it's from old school, from 80s. They were good with NWA, and I don't remember if they worked with the WCW. I think Bob Martin was alone or separated.
They
WCW.
were there up
He'd
to
been working alone.
1991, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going with the Mexican team.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the upset of the tournament. Like AD and Arthur eliminating the Midnight Express. Can you imagine?
For me, because they changed the business. They changed the business, man.
Yeah.
I think if Jim Cornette knows about this, he's going in a long run. Wow. So our next match, we have Kawada and Taue from All Japan Pro Wrestling going against, I think this is a very tough match for Harry, going against the Steiner brothers. Harry, I need to ask you a question since you've been in tag teams in the North America and in Japan. What do you think about the psychology of like tag team in Japan? Like, this is just me, but sometimes like it turns into tornado tag team match. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure, like, what did you prefer? What type of, like, was it like like in WWE, you have a strict rules. You cannot break the falls of your, like, if your opponent all that time. I think you have one fall, or you need to stick to the 5 count rule. What do you think about like, the difference between the psychologies?
Well, I think that the tag team wrestling style in Japan is more exciting, because there's not really any rules. There's no 5 count rules. There's like, or they're non-existent. But WWE's always stuck to their rules on it, so it's just a different style, But both are good. I just prefer the Japanese tag team way,
Wow.
Yeah. But it's, there's lots of great tag teams here. It's all in the quality of the wrestling, what it comes down to, basically. So both are good, but I prefer Japan's.
So Kawada and Taue against the Steiner brothers. What is your pick?
Well, although I love Japan and Japanese wrestling, I'm going to have to go with the Steiner brothers.
Nice.
And I really like Kawada's wrestling and Taue's. I've met both of them, but I have to go with the Steiner brothers,
Right. Ali, same question. What do you think about the modern tag team? Like right now, maybe you can say you have a more exciting action, more high-flying moves, but not paying enough attention to the tag team rules. Like you don't have to tag. You can enter the ring anytime and break the fall, and the ref wouldn't do anything. Or do you prefer the classic 80s tag team style where you have to cut off the ring and you have to fight to make the tag?
Listen, as a fan, I prefer the old school, the rule, as a fan.
Yeah.
As a promoter, I will give the fans what they want.
Yeah, of course.
As a promoter, I like the old school because everything is clear for me. When they tag, when they hold the ropes, the referees tell his partner to not come in, and this is all good. This is make everything clear. But for me, the new generation of tag team, like let me say AEW, Young Bucks, they've broken the rules all the time, and this is effect on the referee himself, man.
Yeah.
You make the referee, he's nothing on the match. And this is wrong. And this is because the wrestling is not about the wrestlers. The wrestling is about ring rules, referee. Okay? Yeah. If you're going to do whatever you want, like there is no referee, I can interfere anytime, I can go inside anytime, I can do every time. You have only five seconds to go back to your corner, right, Harry? You have only 5 seconds. There is no 5 seconds anymore. Okay? Yeah. Just 1, 2, hey, 1, 2, hey. And this is not good. Okay? Because in the end, even if the fans love it, but when you ask, you're going to ask the fans, what is the rule? Nobody will give you the rules. They said, I don't think. Maybe he have 5 seconds. No, wait. I think he can do this. A new generation of the fans will be a little bit confused about the rules. You know, this is my issue with the tag team in the new generation.
Yeah, I think that they could cut things down a bit with. I mean, you don't have to exactly have it 5 seconds, but sometimes it's just a bit too much, and it's kind of gets confusing, you know.
Yes.
So
agree.
More important thing, you don't know who is the turn now. It's my turn or Harry's turn. Yeah. I don't know because I don't remember when it was last time when I tagged him.
When you tagged,
I don't remember. Even the fans. Hey, come on, Harry is Ali. We don't know. Wait, why I have to pinfall this guy? It's my turn or his turn. Nobody knows.
Yeah. And what is your pick between the Japanese tag team of Kawada and Toei against the Steiner brothers?
Kawada, I will tell you one thing. The powerhouse. Japan, old school, they are powerhouse. Okay, brawlers. I call them brawlers. The Steiner brothers, one of them are technical, and the other guy is a powerhouse wrestler or brawler. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I like this kind of wrestler, like Brett and Jim the Anvil. Technical powerhouse, brawler and technical.
Yeah.
I like this style. Yeah, I like this style. So I'm going with this Steiner brothers.
Steiners. So most of the picks, you guys are agreed on the same teams. That's awesome. Our next match on the first round, the Fabulous Freebirds going against the Rockers. Harry, your pick.
I'm going to go with the Rockers on that one.
Wow, right.
Yeah. I growing up as a kid, I didn't see a whole lot of the Freebirds. Like I had their action figures from AWA, like Terry Gordy and so anyway, but individually I like Terry Gordy as a wrestler, but I got to go with the Rockers. I thought that they were very innovative, and I just like their tag team wrestling better, so they win.
There is an awesome Terry Gordy against Davey's match from All Japan, right?
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah,
that was awesome. That was really awesome.
Yep.
Ali, the fabulous Freebirds against the Rockers.
No, of course I'm going with the Rockers for many reasons. Shawn Michaels there. This is one of the most important reasons, you know. And you're talking about, you know, like Texas team who've been for many years working under WCCW with the Fritz Von Erich and Von Erich family. But when they went to WCW, they didn't make it. They didn't make it with the WCW, you know. And this is the most important. If you want to know if these people are succeeds and they're doing good business, just you can watch their matches from different promotion, not only one promotion. The one reason why I'm choosing the Rockers because of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Marty's was good. Marty's good. He was also good wrestler. But Shawn Michaels, you know, because he had his charisma and he was different. He's looked like even different from the beginning.
Do you think, guys, I should have the Steve Williams and the Terry Gordy combination that would have worked better, or?
Yeah, they were great too, you know.
Right.
Yeah. With UWF, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, All Japan, WCW, yeah.
All Japan, they have a great friend.
Yeah.
So the Rockers goes to the second round. Our next match is first, Harry, I'm going to ask you this. It's the Outsiders versus the Dudley Boys. They felt like a badass team, right?
Yeah.
Did you like WCW during the NWA era? NWO, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Or
I
you?
mean, it was every week, it was exciting. You never knew what was going to happen next, and the ratings war, and there were so many, I think, inside insults and digs at the company that thrown towards both sides. And there was a lot of competition, so every week was exciting. But between the Dudley Boys and the Outsiders, that's a tough one. But I suppose I give it to the Dudley Boys. Just I think that I like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash individually, and they were a good tag team. But the Dudley Boys, I mean, they were revolutionary with the way that the tables are used and their signatures. So I give it to them, but on a small hair.
Ali, I asked Harry about WCW. What did you think of ECW since the Dudley Boys were representing ECW? Did you like the style of such promotion?
ECW, it was the first hardcore promotion, official hardcore promotion in America, not in the world, because there was FMW in Japan and so many other promotion in Japan, starting with the death matches, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But in America, ECW was the first. And the good thing with ECW, they just mixed with they mixed the matches between the wrestling matches and the hardcore together. Yes. It's different than CZW, I think, or XPW or whatever it is, because what CZW doing now or XPW, what they are doing now, they just hitting each other by chairs, glasses, blah blah, and fire. And this was not an ECW. No. ECW, you can see wrestling and hardcore together.
Yeah.
And good, and also the big legends with there, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, Recruit was there once, Junkyard Dog, so many names working there. For me, it was good, but as financial, they were not good businessmen. Or maybe Paul Heyman, he was not good businessman. He can, he can make a money in that time, but he didn't know the right way.
That's right.
Yeah, and ECW just became too big before they knew what they were doing, and he was having to spend a lot of money, and it was just, I don't know if he didn't have the budget to compete with Vince McMahon and WCW, but they were getting popular, but they just didn't have that.
In 1996, I believe, in 1996 or 1997, Vince tried by himself to help Paul Heyman, to help ECW.
Yeah. Keep him out of going back. Yeah, he did. For sure.
That's
interesting. But the issue was with Paul Heyman, because even Sabu told me this story that Paul Heyman was not good with the money. He was not good with the money, but he has very good brain,
Yeah,
he's not good with the money, but he has very good brain, yeah. He can create characters, he can put storylines, but he's not good with the money.
No.
And what is your pick between the Outsider going against the Dudley Boys?
Outsider, big names, talking about Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. But for me, it was like a temporary team. There are only temporary teams, exactly. Just to create NWO. The reason of Outsider to bring Hulk Hogan and create and found the NWO. The Outsider idea, it's not about to make the strongest team on the history or the biggest team in the history. Okay, but the Dudley Boys, they were really good team. They succeed with the ECW, with the WWE, and also with the TNA. They did a great job with all promotion they work with. So I'm going with the Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys, awesome. Our next match, it's Terry Funk and Dory Funk going against the Hardy Boys. Harry, I know like you are big historian when it comes to Japanese wrestling. Man, how over especially was Terry Funk?
Yeah, him and Dory were, oh man, huge, like big time revolutionists in Japan. And they were really legendary tag team over in Japan too. So that's a tough one, man.
Did they work with Davey and Dynamite, Dory and
Yeah,
Cherry?
they did one tag team match, and it was Davey and Dynamite's first tag team match in All Japan Pro Wrestling when they jumped from New Japan. But there was an agreement that the match wouldn't be televised.
Oh.
There was some agreement with Inoki and Sakaguchi and Baba. So I had pictures of it, and it looked like it was a good match. It was at Korakuen Hall, and I think it ended in a double countout or a draw. But so there wasn't a decisive winner. But man, I wish I could have seen that match. I wish that they would have recorded it, But they couldn't because of they jumped ship, right? So
right. And it's a tough match. So what is your pick? The Funks going against the Hardy Boys.
Gee, I have to go with the Funks.
Nice.
Yeah, they are. Their run in WWE was short-lived, but it was pretty good. But just how influential they were in Japan, and Dory, of course, was a great wrestling coach. And if you could have seen Dory's early stuff with Jumbo Tsuruta and
awesome
Harley Race and stuff, he was really
giant Papa as well.
Great technician. So I'll go with them on that.
Ali, when I think when I'm not sure if you've seen footage, but when Terry Funk was making his entrances in Japan, fans were grabbing him from everywhere. It was something surreal to watch.
I still remember that. Yeah. Terry and Dory, the both of them working with New Japan and All Japan. They work with both promotion, by the way. And everybody remember their matches against Abdul the Butcher, against Bruce Brody. They were crazy, man. I think Terry start his hardcore style from Japan. Because when he was working in NWA as an NWA champion, world champion, in beginning of the 70s, maybe, I still remember that, he was only classic wrestler. But when he went to Japan and he worked there, everything changed. He could just come with the new style, the hardcore style, with the fire against the original Chick, against Abdullah the Butcher, Bruce Brody. He was amazing. Even you're talking about the tag team. Both of them became the NWA world champion. Both of them, not only one of them. Yes. So you're talking about the world champion. I don't think this match is fair to both Terry Funk against Hardy Boys, by the way. I think it's not fair. Because you know why? Because Hardy Boys, they are so lucky because they have this new media rolling in this years, media.
Yeah.
The TV, the spotlight in this generation is different. What about the Dory Funk and Terry Funk? They're going to have the same spotlight. They will be big names. You're talking about, man, people who can put themselves on the fire and the barbed wires and the glasses, and they can have good matches.
Yes. Yeah. Have the variety and diversity for sure. And
yeah. So if I'm going to the Funk brothers. The Funk.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. So the Funk's going to the next round. By the way, I'm not sure. There is a match 40 minutes from 2013. Terry and Dory going against Nishimura and was it Fuji, his tag team, Harry? There is an old Japan.
Maybe Fujinami?
No, it's not Fujinami. The guy where he's the spot where he body slams. He takes a while to body slam. I think his name is Fuji or something. Going to send you the link, but it's an awesome match for 4 wrestlers in their 60s and 70s, and they go 45 minutes in a classic wrestling match. Our last match in the first round, the Wild Samoans going against Heart Foundation. Harry, I think It should be an easy pick for you.
Well, let me think. Yeah.
I have a good relation with the boss family.
Yeah, I have to give it to the Hart Foundation.
For sure.
A lot of reasons, but
Make it easy, Harry. Make it
Yeah.
easy. Just go on. Don't explain anything, okay?
No, that's it. Hart Foundation. Everybody knows, you know.
And Ali, Hart Foundation against Wild Samoans.
For me, for sure, I'm going with the Hart Foundation for many reasons. First of all, Wild Samoan, they came from old school, as I said. And they were on the same style. Afa and Sika, they have the same style, the wild style, the Samoan style, which was good. They start with your grandfather, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
They started in Stampede Wrestling. Yeah, they start from Harry grandfather's school. So, but as Hart Foundation, you're talking about technical and powerful, technical and brawler. This is different.
Yep.
So I'm going with the Hart Foundation for sure.
Nice. So we finished the first round match. We are going to the second round. Ali, let's start with you in the second round. Rock and Roll Express going against the Road Warriors. I'm not sure if this match has actually happened. I don't think it happened.
No, against Rock and Roll now.
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Don't recall that.
With the Midnight Express.
Yeah, with the Midnight, they had
matches with the Midnight. Yes, so, yeah, because they don't want to kill the Rock and Roll characters, because Road Warrior was bigger than, and they are good wrestling, like baby faces against baby faces in the school. All the school, they never use them, baby face against baby face. So for sure, I'm going with the Road Warriors. For sure.
Road Warriors.
Yeah, for sure. For many reasons, my friend, the Road Warriors, they work with everyone. AWA, NWA, WWF, Japan, WCW, with everyone. And when they work, they make titles. They become a champion.
Mm-hmm.
As I remember, maybe your uncle still remember that they calling the Road Warriors the titles collectors. That the 80s title collectors, wherever they been, they became a champion.
Harry, Ali chose the Road Warriors. What is your pick between the Rock and Roll Express going against the Road Warriors?
I'm going to pick the Road Warriors also. There's a lot of reasons, but the amount that they revolutionized professional wrestling and how unique that they were, and the great matches that they all had and the characters. So I'm not taking anything away from the Rock and Roll, but
they were revolutionary as well themselves when it comes to tag team.
So I give it to the Road Warriors,
Nice. So Road Warriors going to the semifinal. Our next match, it's AD and Art Bar going against the Steiner brothers.
No, and that time I'm going with the Steiner brothers.
Steiner's awesome.
Yeah.
Harry, Scott Steiner, the innovative moves he was coming up with the suplex screwdriver, the Frankfurt Steiner, just amazing things. I think he has a body slam into he was springboarding or crazy stuff. How innovator was Scott Steiner?
Well, he was definitely an innovator. And for a guy of his size to be pulling off those moves is really quite remarkable, and certainly a compliment, to his athleticism. So I'd have to give this match to the Steiner brothers as well. And not taking anything away from Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr, but the Steiner brothers were really revolutionary, and, the amount of double team maneuvers that they came up with. And Scott was a great athlete and Rick was a great character. So I'll give it to them.
Nice. So you are agreeing on 99% of the picks. That's awesome. Yes. Ali Rockers going against the Deadly Boys.
Ooh.
Wow.
By the way,
this is
by the way, Ali, do you remember Sean with the Rockers were was taking a crazy back bumps. I remember one time Demolition or Power of Pain gave him a back drop, and you couldn't see Sean, like he left off TV.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
I don't remember. I don't remember this match, but the both of them did the crazy things from the high flying jumping. I still remember their match against in the WrestleMania 6. It was really crazy match.
The
I don't
Rockers
remember
against the Orient Express.
Yes, Orient Express, Japanese team.
Right.
They did a great job with them. They had very good matches with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they had a better match in the Royal Rumble 91 as well.
That's the one.
By the way, the Rockers were they were the best or the first high fly team in the WWE, by the way.
Right.
Because when they came in 1987, I think in 1997 or 1998, I don't remember. There was no high flyer. There was the force, what they call the team, Tito Santana and Rick Martel, but they were not high flyer. They were not high flyer.
I think the British Bulldogs were doing also a lot of high flying stuff.
Yeah.
Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
Dynamite, yes, Dynamite. Davey was the powerful, and Dynamite was technical and high flyer. Yeah. The Rockers, when they came out, they look like different, you know.
Yeah.
Young boys and high flyer jumping from the top rope.
Oh yeah.
They were good. They were looking good. And they were really unlucky because they had a match. I don't remember. I don't know if Harry, you remember this match? They had a match against Heart Foundation and they won the title. But because of the situation, the Rock Robs and Vince McMahon, decided to return the title back to the Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
They were unlucky.
Yeah.
So, what is your
pick?
Against
Dudley Boys, you said, right?
Yes, against Dudley Boys.
I'm going with the Dudley Boys.
Wow. Break the tie.
Wow.
And I think I'll give the edge to the Rockers, man. I think they were like so awesome. As the reason you've put like so many great matches with a variety of teams, the Power of Pain, Heart Foundation, Demolition, and just awesome. Our last match on the second round, the Fangs going against the Heart Foundation, Harry.
Oh.
Wow. Well, that is a tough one, but I'll have to give it to the Heart Foundation, you know. Maybe I'm biased, but that's
I think, Hassan, you have to remove British Bulldogs and Heart Foundation from the tournament.
I should have. Harry, what did you prefer, the Heart Foundation as a heels or baby faces more? They have two successful runs.
I like both. I really like both. Maybe as heels, you know. They were there. That was, you know, just because of the matches they had with the British Bulldogs and the Killer Bees, and you know, I give it to, I'd say as heels, but I give it to the Heart Foundation for this bracket.
For me, I like the both because there's no difference between Heart Foundation heel or Heart Foundation
baby faces.
There is no difference. The only one difference is the difference is Jimmy Hart. Only.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a great point.
That's true.
When Jimmy Hart was working with the Hart Foundation, they look like a heel, you know. But without him, he'd be face. Believe me, same style, same work, same characters. Nothing changed.
It's true. Yep.
And you have the Fangs going against the Heart Foundation.
This is tough. Man, I don't know. They are both classic, both great wrestlers. Both teams are great. Maybe I'm going with the Heart Foundation because Brett did a great job with the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now we are in the semifinals. A match actually that it happened. It's in NW and WCW. I'll start with Harry. The Road Warriors going against the Steiner brothers.
Wow. Geez, that's a tough one.
They had an awesome match from Nitro 1996, like
I remember
like
seeing
throwing
it.
bombs, I guess. Yeah.
You know what? I'll go with the Road Warriors on that one.
Oh.
Just because of the longevity that they had, you know. But the Steiner brothers were awesome, but because they were the first of their kind, and they had such a long career, and they, you know, they came back together, you know, on a couple different occasions. So I'll give it to the Road Warriors.
Harry has, like, I think a sushi show. If you want to blog that and tell us about it, or still confidential?
No, it's fine. My sister started a new website in honor of my father, and we're gonna release it on there soon for the fans that are subscribers. But during COVID-19, I had absolutely nothing to do, you know, so I had to do something and come up with a new skill. And I love sushi, you know, so I got bored, and I did a lot of YouTube research and asked my friend how he made it, and it was a lot of trial and error, and I got pretty good at it. So I've got some things that I know I'm capable and good at making some certain rolls, and it's really awesome, man. Hopefully you can try it someday, Hassan and Ali.
That would be awesome, man. By the way, Harry, I think Bahrain is only 40 minutes from Qatar. So next time you go to Qatar, you should come to Bahrain. Ali,
yeah, that would be awesome.
So our semi-final, the Road Warriors going against the Steiner brothers.
The Road Warriors against Steiner brothers.
Steiner brothers, right?
I'm going with the Road Warriors.
Wow, the same pick as Harry. I wanted to ask you, Ali, did Animal ever tell you what was his favorite match of all time? His favorite tag team match?
I don't think so. He told me a lot of stories, you know, so many stories between between Hawk and himself. The crazy things happened, the WWE behind the scenes, everything. But about the great matches, he told me that I still remember he told me he had very good matches with so many. He liked the match against what they call Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson against Midnight Express, because they made a history with Midnight Express. Yeah, but special match, I don't remember. To be honest with you, I don't remember which was the best or the most favorite match for him.
Favorite match. So deservedly, the Road Warriors is going to the final. Our other semi-final match, Harry, the Rockers going against the Hart Foundation. They had so many classics. I'm not sure if you noticed, like on all their matches, they were babyface against babyface matches, and always the fans were choosing the Hart Foundation. Did you notice that? They were getting the more cheers. Why do you think is that?
Well, now that you mention it, Hassan, I do. That's how I recall it too. But I was caught up in the action, you know. Well, geez, that's you know, I'm not sure why that they. Well, I guess maybe because Brett and Jim were the champions at the time, right? So they were the best. Maybe that's why the fans chose them. As far as this match goes, I'll have to give it to the Hart Foundation for a number of obvious reasons, but I like that the Hart Foundation were both heels and baby faces, you know, where the Rockers were only just baby faces, and that's not a bad thing. Just the Hart Foundation was more versatile.
And they had the longevity, I guess.
Yeah. So, both were great tag teams, but the Hart Foundation wins.
Ali, the other semi-final match, two of the greatest WWF tag teams, the Rockers going against the Hart Foundation.
They had two matches, I still remember. I just told Harry about the Rob and
the rope breaking.
Yeah. That was one of them. And there was another match between Hart Foundation and the Rockers. And I still remember that when the Demolition trying to find their third partner. And they were waiting. I don't remember.
The Saturday night.
You remember this match? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this match ended with nothing, like double disqualification,
yes,
I think.
Smash. Yeah.
Yeah. This match was great, by the way. It was a very nice match. Both of them are baby faces. Both of them are favorite teams for the fans. But to be honest with you, I'm going with the Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hart Foundation. Yeah.
So the Hart Foundation going to the final, and it came to a match that actually happened. Ali, you have to start the Road Warriors going against the Hart Foundation in the finals.
The funny thing is, we saw this match even 1997 when the Hart Foundation became like a Hart Foundation, British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and it was Stampede in your house, is Stampede Canadian. I still remember that. The Hart Foundation against the American team, Goldust, Road Warriors, Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock. I still remember Harry when he went up to the ring after the match with the full family for celebration. So the both team is doing good because you can see this revolution from the tag team to the big team. From Hart Foundation, Jim and Brett to Jim, Brian, Owen, British, and Jim and Brett. Mm-hmm. But to be honest with you, I'm going with Road Warriors.
Awesome, Road Warriors. Harry, I hope you don't make me
for one reason. Let me tell you why. Why I have to go with the Road Warriors. Because they became a tag team for more than 30 years. 30 years as a tag team, 30 years as a champion, 30 years as a legend, They've been a legend, number one. To be honest with you, the number one team for me in the history for pro wrestling is the Road Warriors. You talk about 30 years with non-stop and never give up. Whatever has happened between them in 1991, 1992 in Japan and blah, and they found another partner for the Hawk in the New Japan. This is, you're talking about only 1 year from 30 years, So the Road Warriors.
Road Warriors. Harry, Road Warriors against the Hart Foundation in the final.
Well, maybe because I'm biased, but I have to go with the Hart Foundation.
Hart Foundation, right.
Understandably.
Wow.
Maybe if I wasn't related, I may choose the Road Warriors. But, it's a really tough one. But, of course, I have to.
It's really tough. It's really
tough,
it's really tough.
The Road Warriors, they were. They should be number one, really, but I have to go with the Hart Foundation.
Wow. So you'll give me the responsibility to break the tie. For me, as a personal favorite, I like the style of the Hart Foundation as a fan more. But to be honest, as Ali and as you, Harry, said, the longevity of the Road Warriors, I think they had a successful runs in Japan, in NWA, in WWF, and WCW, where the Hart Foundation only in WWF.
Yeah.
So that would give the edge to and I think the Road Warriors had a bigger mainstream appeal, maybe. I'm breaking the tie and going to the Road Warriors as the greatest tag team, not involving the British Bulldogs because they were not involved in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I understand that. Yep.
By the way, Harry, did the British Bulldogs work the Road Warriors?
No, they never did. My dad did some tag teams with Legion of Doom when like about 1991 or no, it was 92, I think. I think against the Nasty Boys and Mike or IRS overseas, and it was on one of the Coliseum home videos, and it was a good match, but I haven't seen it in about 20 years. I had it on.
I don't believe the Davey Boy Smith had the tag team match with like British Bulldogs against Legend of No.
Yeah.
Because Legend British Bulldogs, they've been working with the WWE in 1985 to 1988 maybe. So, and at that time, Road Warriors they were working for NWA.
Yeah.
So for me, I wish to see this match in Japan.
Yeah. Absolutely. The only time that they would have wrestled each other was the Canadian Stampede. Davey wrestled. They had a couple interactions. I think Davey gave Hawk the vertical.
Yeah, in 1997 they had a match. I believe Owen and British Bulldog they have a match.
That's right. Yeah.
Owen Hart and British Bulldog, I think they had
a tag match in your house, Revenge of Taker after WrestleMania.
Yeah. 1997 maybe.
No.
Guys, it's been really an awesome talking to both of you. Before leaving you,
yes,
I'm going to ask Harry first. Anything you want to blog, like you were talking about your dad website, and any future appearances, and what shall we expect from Harry Smith?
Yes, please follow me at DB Smith Jr., and that's my Instagram and Twitter. Tomorrow I have an appearance at a place called Hassel Toys, and that's in New York. And if you go to my Instagram, you can find that, or go to Hassel Toys. And Georgia and myself will both be there for an appearance. After that, I'm not sure. COVID-19 has everything sort of in a whirlwind or a whirlpool going down the toilet, but let's put it that way. Unfortunately, but hopefully we stay optimistic and we just stay safe. That's all we can do, right? So, but they can also check out my father's official Instagram page at Official British Bulldog, and you can find that on my Instagram page also, and you can see my upcoming sushi video that I've made, and it should be pretty good.
That's awesome. Ali, what any future plans for Qatar Pro Wrestling QPW?
We are planning. I told Harry that before. We supposed to have a show in October, by the way. And because of this situation, the crisis of coronavirus, so we don't know what we're going to do in the future. But for sure, next year there's going to be a Super Slam 3. Our shows are Super Slam 2. For anyone who want to watch QPW Super Slam 2, he have to go to the Fight TV application or app or website, and they can watch the show. It's more than 2 hours and 45 minutes, something like this.
Yeah.
To follow QPW page and Instagram, QPW_wrestling. And same with Instagram. And my page is Ali Al Marafi page and Instagram. I'm always using Instagram more than Twitter or Facebook.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Harry and Ali. It's been a great pleasure and honor to have both of you with us, and it's been awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Hassan.
Thank you, Hassan. Thank you so much.
Ali, it was really nice to see you, brother. I hope that there's another Super Slam in the new year or in October, but hopefully things shape up with coronavirus and everybody stays safe and we can work ourselves out of here.
One more thing, Harry.
Yes,
there
sir.
There is no pinfall in the ladder matches.
I know. Yes, you showed me that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
See you guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.